Okay, oh my gosh, so good. This is literally one of the best things I've ever eaten. Like, my God.
Hey, Court.
Are we rolling?
Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to teach you how to make this fabulous pasta dish. I'm always teaching how to make pasta. I feel like pasta is a love language of mine. This is my version of pasta puttanesca. It's bright and flavorful and everything delicious. Clearly, I was distracted eating my own recipe, but here we go. Here's how you make it. All right. Don't know what to do with all of the olives left in your gorgeous Mezzetta olive jar because you've used all the brine for martinis. Is that problem only me? Well, no, I know it's not, because you guys are always in my DMs saying, what do I do with all those olives? So I'm going to show you the perfect, most delicious, bright, vibrant, easy pasta. This is This is my version of pasta puttanesca. I'm gonna put my own twist on a classic, and we're gonna be using our gorgeous, stunning Mezzetta olives. I'm using both their Kalamata olives, and I'm also using their green Castelvetrano olives. These are also the same ones I use in my dirty martini. They work all the way around. Okay, so couple things. This looks like a lot of ingredients, but it's truly not. This is a traditional, I believe, Sicilian pasta dish. It's, very tomatoey, very tomato forward, but we've got a little bit of anchovies. We've got some capers. I already mentioned the olives, some spices, and some garlic. That's about it. Let's start out. So first things first, I want you to get 4 garlic cloves. I already peeled them so that I don't do that on camera because it's just something you don't want to see. We're just going to smash them, releasing those stunning, gorgeous, wow, that was a little scary, aromas. Okay, now let's go ahead and slice up some of our black olives, our Kalamata olives. So we need 1/4 cup of, I'm just gonna slice these Kalamata olives in half. I love the ones from Mezzetta because they actually have these soaked in a Cabernet oil. So I love it, naturally. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these ready. Now, I actually am gonna leave my green olives whole, but I do like to slice up this. It gives like a little variance in texture for me, which I really enjoy. But I mean, literally, guys, cutting them in half. The prep here is minimal. Be very careful. I have a bit of a fear of knives, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Mezzetta. I found them, well, actually, I've been using them for years and I just didn't realize it. But I found them in the middle of my dirty martini journey when I was trying to find the perfect olive. What I love about them is they are family owned. I know so many of the people that work there. They are just lovely and they have incredible, I need a boy. I'm sorry, Lance. Okay, that was too easy. Did you see? It's fine. Okay, now we're doing 1/2 cup of green olives. I'm actually gonna use this over here instead. Honestly, just kind of eyeball it. It's kind of the name of the game for me. And then look, we're gonna have all of that olive brine to do what with. Okay, so I've got that ready. Delicious. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna get my water going to a boil. Salt it really well. So we've got these. Now we're gonna take 4 anchovies. Listen, I know some of you may have a hard time with this. Trust the process. If you like Caesar salads, then you like anchovies. So I've got these beautiful marinated white anchovies. I prefer using the ones that are packed in oil just because they give off such a stunning, beautiful flavor, but whatever you can find, that works. 4 of them. Okay, so fun fact. If you guys don't know by now, I love a bougie snack, okay? Sitting on the couch, watching the Housewives, glass of wine in my hand. There's something about just having something elevated and delicious. Like I call caviar on the couch caviar. When I was young, 5 or 6 years old, I used to eat sardines on a saltine cracker. So safe to say she's liked bougie snacks for my whole life. That's fine. We've got our anchovies. We're just gonna kind of roughly chop these. I've been working my knife skills. This is going to give us a nice umami, as they say. Some traditional recipes also add in anchovy paste just to give it a little more of a kick, but I think using 4 anchovies just chopped up real good is just fine. Okay, so now we're just going to chop up some capers, move our anchovies to the side. I have about 2 tablespoons of capers here. We're going to give it a little nice rough chop. Makes me feel official saying a rough chop, you know? I feel like there's a language a lot of these professional chefs have. Not that I am one, but you know, give it a rough chop. Okay. I like having just the different textures, and you'll understand once you make this. Each bite is perfect. The thing about this recipe is it all comes together so quickly, but it's nice to have everything prepped, ready to go, so that you're not scrambling at the last second, wondering where to put everything. Let's put these in here. Beautiful. We're using a 20-ounce, a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. This is the best canned tomato that you can possibly use. These are whole but peeled, so I like to give them a quick little mash. I think traditionally you're supposed to use your hands, but I'm not gonna do that. It's a twist on a classic, that's my excuse. All right, so we're gonna open this up. I'm using a potato masher. If you wanna be rustic, you can use your hands, that's fine. But I do have a fun story that I learned about this dish. So it originated in Sicily. Beautiful ladies of the night, actually, were the ones that came up with this recipe because they wanted to lure men into their place of work. And so with the garlic and the anchovies and the olives and the capers, it literally drew people. I mean, I gotta tell you, now that I've made this and smelt it myself, I get it. I do. Makes sense. If I smelled that, I might go, what's in there? Then you'd quickly find out, but moving on. Okay, giving these a nice little mash. Perfect. That's about what you want. You still want the pieces of like rustic tomato to be in there, but not completely whole like it was before. Okay, our water is boiling, so now we're gonna move over to the stove. We're gonna put 16 ounces, I'm using really good spaghetti, but whatever you've got, spaghetti, and we are going to cook this 2 minutes less than the package says to cook for al dente. So this says it cooks al dente in 8 minutes, so I'm gonna cook it for 6. Heat up a nice skillet pot. All right, we're gonna do about 1/4 of a cup of olive oil using the really good stuff. I have been loving this Graza cooking oil lately. You wanna do this over about medium heat, I would say, so we don't burn our garlic. Now we're adding in our 4 cloves of smashed garlic. Ooh, be careful, you won't hurt yourself. Let that cook for about a minute. I always set a timer because you don't want this to burn. In goes in our beautiful Castelvetrano olives, Kalamata olives, our capers, our anchovies. We're gonna fry this up, do 2 minutes. These are my favorite olives to use. I just feel like all of Mezzetta's olive products just give every single dish such a unique flavor, and they elevate it. What you're looking for before you put in your tomato sauce, you really want to make sure you can really smell that garlic, really smell all the olives and the capers and the anchovies. We're just kind of giving them a little bit of a fry. Beautiful. At this point is when we're also going to add in our tablespoon of dried oregano. And we're also gonna put in about a pinch of red pepper, but this is totally up to you dependent on how spicy you like your sauce. Our salt is gonna go at the end, and then you're just gonna salt it to taste. So we're gonna let this kind of sizzle and simmer. Make sure you're on like medium-ish, maybe a little lower than that, medium-low, for about 15 minutes, stirring ever so often. So Chris showed me a little trick. If you do this, you can kind of see the consistency and like how much more time. We still do need the extra time to let it. There's still quite a bit of liquid that needs to kind of reduce out. Again, I've just got a package, 16-ounce package. I'll throw this right in. So again, we're cooking this 2 minutes less than what the package says will make this al dente. So we're putting this in for 6 minutes. Voila. And then in order to keep my noodles from sticking, I'm just gonna put in a little bit of, well, might wanna open it first, Courtney. A little bit of olive oil. Before you add any salt, and I've learned this again the hard way, I want you to taste it, okay? That way you kind of have an idea on just how much you need. You don't want to oversalt, although that is something I often run into the problem. Okay, that's gonna be hot as you know what. Okay. I'm scared. I understand why the men went in. You know what I mean? Like, makes a lot of sense. I'm literally just going to add like a pinch. The flavor of that is one of my favorite things, period. I said what I said. So now our pasta sauce is perfect. We're going to put in our spaghetti and we're gonna finish cooking this actually in the sauce. So make sure we're on low. We're just gonna transfer all of this over. And I like to give it a toss as I do it because it is, you know, you wanna make sure you get everything incorporated. It's a little easier to do that a little bit at a time. And how easy that sauce came together in 15 minutes after you prep it all. Throw it in the pan, saute it all up, let it simmer, cook your spaghetti at the same time. Perfect. We finished cooking our beautiful pasta, Puttanesca. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of parsley to finish this. Some pecorino. I like using pecorino Romano over Parmesan because there's just a tangier flavor that comes with this and I just love it. And there's also more salt. So I'm always gonna like what has more salt. One of the reasons why my wedding ring doesn't fit anymore, but that's fine. Okay, we're just gonna give this a rough chop. Well, tell me your Costco family without telling me your Costco family. I'll go first. I have a chunk of pecorino as big as my face. What's the problem? There's no problem. Okay, so we're ready to garnish. We're gonna put this in a pasta bowl. Make sure you get, now I don't know how to do the fancy like serving thing, but it's gonna be fine because it's such a beautiful rustic dish on its own. Oh, this smells so good. I'm trying to do the twisty thing that I always see all those chefs do. Okay, you wanna make sure you get olives. Wow. Like, I'm sorry, but that's beautiful. Now, this is the garnishing. We're gonna add our pecorino romano generously over the top. Oh my God, is there anything better? I'll wait, because no, there's not. Just when I want to stop, I just have to keep just a little bit more. Okay. And then give it a nice. Here she is, folks. She's beautiful. She smells incredible. She tastes even better than she looks. Do you know what I mean? It's creamy and rich and tomatoey, and I gotta have a bite. I can't.
Action.
Come on up, girlfriend. Okay, Shar, you gotta try Mama's pasta.
Mom,
What?
that's amazing.
Anything that I could have done better?
If you add some raw onions, that'd be amazing.
Oh.
That's still really good.
Thanks. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I'll put that in my notes. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for pretending to eat the
You
spaghetti.
guys try to eat that. If you have to, it's so good.
And what do you say on the, or people say on the YouTube, do they say smash that like button?
Yes.
You say that too?
Smash that like button and subscribe and hit the like button down below. Bye.
Bye. You killed it, girl. Oh.
You got it.
You did great.